Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. We have made it to Friday. Another week in the bag. And you know what? I'm feeling better. I was able to get some rest and going to work a little later this morning, just so I can make sure I get my rest. But no, it's a really good Friday so far. I like the energy waking up. I'm waking up to the energy that I have. And also last night at Toastmasters, it was a really good meeting, right? We had some really good speeches. One of the speeches was talking about AI coming. You know what I mean? Talking about artificial intelligence, and was talking about supercomputers. I'm a nerd. Sometimes I'm into that, so I was really excited to hear about that. He did really good. And this particular guy, man, he never speaks with paper. He doesn't. Very like structured guy. His speeches is on point. And one of my favorite speakers, I think she's at her 14th speech. She did one on she's an in-home in-home nanny, and she was just talking about her stories and different things that she goes through with the kids that she's a nanny to. That was pretty good. We had another girl. I'm getting to a point. It was another girl. I think it was her second speech actually. She did really good. She actually won, and so I was proud of her for doing that. And it was one more speech. It was lady. She was on her 22nd speech. And her style is, she kind of like conversational. She does her speeches as like a conversation, and she got lost in it at the end because it's kind of like she's like improv-ing it, right? But it was really good. It was really good. The questions was really good. It was we do something called table topics as well, and those particular questions are just to keep you on your toes, right? So it was pretty good. I thought I actually was very conscious when I was called up to go speak, and yeah, it was really good. I was very conscious because every night we have different roles, and that last night I had to do something called odd counter, like when you're like well, and like those kind of filler words. I had to count those, and so I can't count myself. So I was very conscious about how I was speaking and watching my arms and stuff. So anyway, I say all that to say, at the end of the night, you know, after the speakers and done and everybody get a chance to mingle before we go back home, like I said, me and one of the girls she's one of my favorite speakers tonight, she did it without paper, but she was saying that she still was a little nervous. And also we have the lectern. Most people call it like a podium, but it's called a lectern. She was like, she want to move it next time. And one of my challenges for myself is to go without paper, right? And so basically we made a commitment. We was like, all right, this is what we doing next time, right? And I think as soon as I made that commitment, man, it really hit me that, and this is me getting to the point, it really hit me that I need to do more commitments to myself, right? Because I'm very competitive, but I think I've only been really competitive with other people, consciously. And I like being competitive with myself, actually, because what I'm learning is when you take on those commitments, it's like you hold yourself to a different standard. All right, when you start you challenge yourself at a different level. And what I mean by that, so when you commit to something and you actually follow through, number one, you really win some points with yourself. You really start to trust yourself more because you're like, man, I can commit to something and follow through. But also, if you commit, you got to face yourself that you disappointed yourself, right? That you didn't follow through with yourself. And that's the worst feeling. And that's the feeling that I've totally got away from. Thank goodness. You know what I mean? Now, am I perfect? Hell no. I talked about it, yesterday in my vlog video as I was driving to Toastmasters about, me being tired and, eating some fried fish or whatever. And just, anyway, the commitment these next 90 days, and I was telling my wife about it, was like, man, it's really not even cheating on anything. And so, yeah, it's not technically a cheat day, but I didn't even want that because I just really want to lock in and just be consistent the whole time, or if I was going to eat that, I wanted to be intentional. Like I knew I was eating, not because I was affected because I didn't sleep. But the point is, committing to yourself, right, is a powerful tool, because no matter which way the pendulum swing, if you don't follow through or you do follow through, it teach you about yourself either way, right? And so that's my goal now. I'm gonna start taking on more commitments and more challenges for myself now that I'm conscious of it. And I just love the feeling that when I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And that's the same thing when I even committed to my nutrition, committed to my health as far as like, consistently going to the gym. I gotta go to the gym today. Typically I don't, but I didn't go yesterday. And it's just a great feeling, because once you conquer and defeat yourself more and more, right? And you actually follow through with your commitments and your challenges to yourself, it is just a powerful feeling. And you're aware of it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we like, oh, I got these tasks I got to complete, and you knock them out, but you don't pause to be like, man, I really did what I said I was going to do. You know what I mean? What else can I do? That if I challenge myself or I commit to it and I follow through, what else can I do? Right? And that's the power that comes with it. And that's what makes you stand out beyond the crowd. Because, man, if you really look around, like a lot of us out here, and I was one of them. Again, I ain't never preaching to the choir. I was one of them. I would just go through life, just day by day. I'm thinking about even this week. Like, man, this week flew past. For me anyway, it was just like, I don't really remember this week. But I tell you what, I put that work in. I tell you what, I followed through on my commitments. You know what I mean? Because now I'm in the system. Now I'm in the habit of, I don't have to rely on willpower. I rely on discipline, right? I don't rely on motivation. I rely on discipline. And so now, remember I said this, I heard this quote from another content creator. It's only hard because it's new. And now that it's not new, it's not even hard. Like now the stuff I do, it's not hard. Like me shooting these 2-3 videos sometimes a day, me going to the gym every time out to work, me eating in a proper window of time. You know what I mean? Me being intentional about date night every week with my wife. Me speaking to my sister damn near every day. Like these things aren't hard no more because they're not new. I'm committed. So this is what I say to y'all guys, man. Like, believe in yourself, man. Believe. Put the system in place first. Put the good habits in place first. Put the belief first. The belief comes, then the results come. But you gotta believe first. And just trust yourself. Start small. Again, I say it all the time. It doesn't have to be this grand gesture. Like, oh, I gotta build a car. Like, no. It matters that you even research what you want to do. A lot of us don't even do that. Say, man, we thinking like, man, I got these dreams. I got these goals I really want to do. We don't even take 10 minutes to research anything about them. Maybe I want to cut back on social media because it's 6 o'clock. I look up, it's 10 o'clock. I've been on TikTok laying in the bed. And now I got to get up. I ain't getting my clothes ready. I ain't brushing my teeth. You know what I mean? Like, and again, man, we have to, let me bring it back. Challenge yourself. Commit to yourself, right? It's very scary. Don't get me wrong. Especially in the beginning. When it's big commitments, and again, I ain't saying grand gesture commitments, but big commitments. Like, all right, I'm gonna this next week I'm gonna meal prep all my meals. right, this week, because I want to start the process of getting healthy. You know what? I'm going to commit to 30 minutes to an hour walking this next week, 5 times. So anyway, I say all that to say, commit to yourself and challenge yourself and see which way the pendulum swings. Because no matter which way it swings, you're going to learn a lesson. You're going to learn that you either always doubt yourself, you always disappoint yourself, or you're going to learn that you always can, and I don't say always, but you're going to learn either you disappoint yourself, or you're going to learn either you commit and you follow through on your promises to yourself, right? And whichever way it goes, you can build upon it. Because for me, if you disappoint yourself, it's only up. You only can go up. You can only start to not disappoint yourself, right? Because you're like, all right, I learned that I can't do it this way, now I can do it better. So that's my message for today. Commit and learn, that you can follow through on things that you can challenge yourself on. So anyway, I hope you have a great Friday. Again, this is the end of the early morning coffee talks. Tomorrow we got marriage news. Tonight I got a reaction video, and then we'll take it like that. So you have a great Friday. I will see y'all later. Peace.